Okay, you guys, bear with me because I just woke up. I probably look really sleepy right now. But one thing that I got from my nap is that before I went to sleep, I was asking myself, okay, now that I have a camera and I'm ready to roll, what can I make videos about? Because some people probably view my videos and say, she doesn't know anything, blah, 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 blah. She's all over the place with her hair. And you know what? I can honestly say it's true about the all over the place thing. But I feel like that's one thing that's unique about me is that not saying that no one else shows a real journey, but I feel like my natural hair journey has been one that, from what I hear from a lot of my clients and a lot of people who come to me, that really parallels theirs, because I don't have what's called easy hair. Like, for instance, what I mean by that is, as you can see, it's been, what, a year and a few months now. I did just recently trim my hair though, so I probably cut about a little over an inch off of split ends. I'm like, split ends drive me crazy, and I could definitely see them more because it was the first time I straightened my hair. But back on subject, that my hair is a very tightly curled hair. I have a lot of shrinkage, and I find that's one thing that I've had a hard time finding on YouTube is someone that I could follow who has as much shrinkage as me. When I straightened my hair last week, the front literally comes to here, the sides came to here, and that's of course after trimming, so I had even more length than that. And that just goes to show just how much shrinkage I have. And I feel that because of that, that can give you a harder journey than some other people whose hair seems to sprout out after 6 months. You're like, dang, where'd all the hair come from? And hair that's a little bit tightly coiled is a little bit trickier because, trust me, it's sprouting out. You just can't see it the same way some other people can because it packs in. So I feel like that's something that I want to focus on more, is trying to be there for those who do have hair like mine that's not that easy and who have had a rocky journey because of that. So I'm gonna be staying cruising on task and, you know, keeping you guys updated excuse me, more often. But I was sitting down, I jotted down 5 points that I think are really important as far as tips for tightly kinky hair. So here goes. Tip number 1, twist outs and protective styling. Okay. Excuse me, guys. Oh my gosh. Twist outs and protective styling. Okay, twist outs and protective styling for me have done 2 things. 1, they've mentally put me in line, and 2, they give my hair more moisture so that I don't pop as much of my hair off. And by that I mean mentally getting myself in order. Because my hair shrinks down so much, it's easy for me to get discouraged sometimes when I'm standing next to someone else who's been natural just as long as me and their hair seems to be longer, when in reality, when I twist it out, you can really see the length. So sometimes I like to twist my hair to adjust my mental, adjust me mentally so I can say, whoa, my hair is, longer than I thought. Because sometimes you can get set back when you look at your hair and it shrinks down this much and you're like, why isn't my hair growing like hers? Well, really, that's not true. So twist it out more sometimes just to get yourself to see the length more versus just always having it packed down. And the more you let it shrink in and stay packed down sometimes, the more breakage you can get sometimes, because by it being so tightly coiled, you have what's called way more porosity in your hair, meaning that water in your hair can escape a lot faster than someone with looser textures, because at every coil pattern in your hair, I like to call, you have what's holes in your roof. So whereas the person beside you may have a leaky roof, they may only have 1 pot in each room of their house. People like us have like 6 pots on the floors to catch the water that we're losing. So that just basically means we have a more leaky roof, I guess you can say. So water escapes our hair faster because it has more porosity, because it is so tightly coiled, which is why you can see somebody who has a 3C hair and their hair maintains moisture so much better. They tend to have a little bit less porosity and a little bit less weak spots at every coil in their hair. So the protective styling helps you to just maintain more length, so you're not always having to comb at it and, you know, do things at it. And like I said, simply by me just sliding that product through my twist outs, my hair maintains a lot more moisture, and I can do that for a week and retwist it at night. Okay, second tip while we're on moisture, deep treatments. Everybody hears this a lot. Every channel talks about it a lot, but I can't emphasize enough how important deep treatments are for tightly coiled, kinky hair. Like I said, that porosity of our hair, because of the tight texture of our hair, moisture escapes and we lack strength, but especially moisture. So deep treatments are even more important for us naturals versus somebody who's like a 3C, 4A, stuff like that. Because we need to maintain that moisture in our hair so it doesn't want to break. The drier your hair is, the more popping you're going to have, the more split ends you're going to have. The thing that I found that what I did in one of my previous videos, which is the one thing that I do still stick with, even though I wasn't doing it for a while and I regret it, because like I said, I just chopped a lot of my hair off because of split ends, is honey. If I add honey to any treatment I do, it's an extra boost. Rinse good though, because it can leave a sticky, hard feel. I said in my previous video that leave-in sometimes, that hasn't worked for me. But honey, because it's a humectant and draws moisture from the air, any treatment that I do, I'm going to add honey, I'm going to add vegetable glycerin. If it's a deep treatment that actually says deep mask, I'm still going to add honey and vegetable glycerin. If it's a conditioner, I'm going to add honey and vegetable glycerin. So deep treating your hair, at least trying to do it once a week, if not every 2 weeks, is more important for tightly textured hairs than anybody, because our hair loses moisture like crazy. Okay, next, detangling. Detangling is something that needs to be done for tightly textured hair, but it's not necessarily something that needs to be done intensely every day. And by that I mean, let's say it's summertime. I do get a little lazy. I like to wear my poodle puffs. I like to wear my headbands. I like to just do wash and goes out the shower because I know I can do that because they're going to dry. But one thing you don't want to do is have your wide tooth comb handy dandy every second, always combing your hair. Because since my curl pattern is actually like, I have tons of curls all over my head, as you can see, if you can see, I don't know. But like I said, because they draw in so tight, when you're trying to get that comb through it, which you should only do when your hair is wet and with conditioner, not when it's, you know, in a dry state. Not dry as in it's soft, but you know, I mean when it's not, you know, soaked with water. That when you run that comb through your hair every single time, you're going to see more and more hair. Now that's not to say you want your hair to be full of fairy knots and get knotted up, but that's the key of picking a conditioner that you feel like gives your hair a lot of slip. Usually when I'm in the shower and I detangle my hair, I do it more so with my fingers. I may only take an actual comb, and recently the Tangle Teaser, which I'll talk about later, and detangle my hair intensely probably every 2 weeks. Because when I was taking that comb every time in the shower, hairs were popping like crazy. You see little curls everywhere, little knots, little everything. So try to focus more on maintaining the moisture, and your detangling should be easier, and a conditioner that gives you a lot of slip. Like I said, the ones that I found is Tresemme Naturals and Hello Hydration Totally Twisted. Even though I'm now kind of wanting to find something a little more natural, but especially the Hello Hydration Totally Twisted, that has been working for me. Mixed with vegetable glycerin. Like I said, I need something to soften it up a little bit more. So I always mix my conditioner with vegetable glycerin. As of recently, I found that when I wasn't doing it, my hair would just dry out. And I was panicking like, oh, I don't want to be natural anymore. Like, you know how you go through those days. So take your time and detangle. That's why I only do it every 2 weeks, because it really needs to be something you devote your time to and not just try and get through it in 2 seconds. You'll love your hair for it. Your hair will love you for it. You'll lose a lot less hair. Next, which is something I'm somewhat hypocritical about as of recently, is nutrition. the more you take care of your body, the more your body's going to in turn take care of your hair. The more water you put into your body, the more it's going to show through your hair. The more nutrition you put into your body, the more it's going to show through your hair. Your skin, your hair, everything is a direct reflection of what goes in your body. And that's one thing that I actually want to challenge myself, and I love for some people to join me, is to try and actually get that water intake every day. Some people say you need to drink 64 ounces. I've had more like herbal people and health people say that you need to drink half your body weight in ounces. So I really want to challenge myself this summer to really do that, because I found that when I was on little health spurts and I was drinking like a gallon of water a day, my hair went through growth spurts. And when I was trying not to eat too much fast food and processed foods and things like that, and I was only shopping organic, which not saying you have to go that far, but my hair went through growth spurts. So everybody, challenge yourself. I mean, it's not something you need to do for a day. You need to keep it up for a while and see if you see anything in your hair. I definitely noticed, the first place I noticed it, because both are related, is my skin. When my skin is clear, my hair is better. When my skin's breaking out, my hair seems to be a little bit crazier. It's like all related. And then last and definitely, somewhat the most important in my opinion, is patience and TLC. With tightly coiled textures, it's easy, trust me, easy to be discouraged. It's easy to be discouraged by the person next to you whose length shows more than yours does. It's easy to be discouraged when you see your hair popping. It's easy to be discouraged when it's time to detangle and you're like, oh, this is too much work. So all those things can mentally get you off balance with your hair. So I would say have patience. Just embrace the fact that your hair is what it is. It's tightly coiled. And that because of that, you need to have a little bit more patience. You definitely need to have more TLC. Trust, your hair is growing. Like I said, you could put my hair beside somebody who's been natural the same amount of time as me and think, oh, I don't have any hair. When in reality, I have a lot of shrinkage and I have a tightly textured hair. So it's gonna shrink down a little more. At the end of the day, I love the texture of my hair. It just takes a lot more work. I love the curls. Like, I'm gonna try and get a good video where you can, or photo where you can actually see how much curl pattern it has. And it has less curl pattern when I'm rushing and not doing the things I need to do. I have that hair that's really curly, but can easily look what people call quote unquote nappy. Because if I don't take the time to deep treatment like I should and use the right products and really take time, extra TLC, my hair can easily just frizz and have no curl and just look nappy. And so, you know, if you want to feel a little bit better and have that curl pattern or find that curl pattern, you definitely have to take a little bit more time. So I feel like because a lot of this is going to be the focus of my channel amongst so many other things I want to talk about, I hope this video helped a lot of you. I hope my videos will help a lot of you because, like I said, I haven't found that many people on YouTube who I feel like have a tighter texture. I feel like everybody I look at, you know, they have a tight texture, but not quite as tight as mine. And so things that work for them tend to not work for me sometimes, which is why I have had a rockier road that I'm slowly trying to level out. So thank you guys again for watching. Thank you everybody who, in spite of my video ups and downs and lack of videos, has still subscribed to me. And I appreciate you all. Bye.